Hi guys, welcome to this video all about the Hyperlite tents. So this is just a little comparison video showing you some of the details on them. And if you're not interested, it's going to get quite nerdy, so maybe switch off now. But we have the Ultamid 4, the Ultamid 2 and the Dirigo. So I've just borrowed my friend's garden so I can set them up and show them all to you. Now I'm doing this video because they are probably the most asked after pieces of kit that we have. People really seem to want to know everything about them, and I think it's easier just to show you in a video. And definitely for us it was a huge financial commitment to buying one. We sort of deliberated it for about a year, saved up for about a year before getting one. But they're awesome, so I just want to show you all the different things about them, and then hopefully that'll help you if you are trying to decide whether to get one or not. Right, so here they are packed up. So this is the Ultamid 4, that's the outer, and that's the inner. 1 litre Nalgene for scale. One thing that is worth knowing is the DCF fabric. It doesn't pack as small as steel nylon does. It starts out a bit stiffer, but as you use it more it does get a bit softer and it does start to pack down smaller. So these ones are still quite new, so they are packing bigger than they will after a few more uses. Then if we move over here, this is the 2, so that's the outer and that's the inner, and they're starting to fit really nicely into the bags, packing down quite a lot smaller than they did right at the beginning. And then finally, here is my very badly packed Dirigo, and that just all fits into that size bag. And again, 1 litre Nalgene there for scale. All of the tents are designed as kind of long distance hiking tents, so if you're doing the Appalachian Trail or the PCT, and they're designed to be used with walking poles. So you do buy them kind of in all the different bits, so you buy the inner and the outer, and then poles separately, so that's just something to be aware of. I've not really used them with walking poles because I'm usually travelling by bike, but I have used them with a paddle, so I'll show you with that as well. So if we just walk around the Dirigo to start with, and it's got doors on either side, which is great because it allows you to open either end depending on where the wind's coming from. And it doesn't have very many guy lines, so it's got the 4 pegs at each corner, it's got 1 at each door, and then it's got the ones at the panels here at the back. One thing that they have done to try and reduce condensation in there is they put these E-vent panels in, which should make it a little bit more breathable. Don't really know how effective they are, but yeah, seems good. The thing I really like about the Dirigo, which helps it keep its weight down, is that it's sort of halfway house between a single skin tent and a separate inner or outer. So you've got the mesh, but then it's attached up here into the roof of the tent. So it does get a tiny bit of condensation, but again, because you have the option to open, it allows you action venting. So the Dirigo is a 2-person tent. It'd probably be quite tight if you're much taller than me, so I'm about 5'6". So that is something to consider. I think they were going to make it a bit longer, but I don't know if they've done that yet. So anyway, some of the things I really love about it is you can open up both doors and get them folded and tidied away, which means that you can have it super aired out, which is wonderful. And also you can just switch these little bits over really easily, so you can shut whichever door to stop the wind coming through. I think that's a nice little feature. And then just the tidies here are just nice elastic, and so that once you put them up they actually stay done up rather than flopping loose and coming out in the wind. One thing that does annoy me slightly is the zip's only for half of it, which means that if there's 2 of you, you can't both sit on the same side of the tent. So it's a little bit antisocial. Maybe a good thing if you don't like your partner very much. Wobble test! So for a super lightweight tent, this is actually pretty awesome in the wind. So we probably had it in maybe 45-50 miles an hour, and you know, fabric moves a bit like any other tent, but it's super solid. You kind of trust it to last you through the night. Welcome to the Ultamid 2. This is our favourite tent. So we've had this for 3 years and it's been all over the world with us. So we've used it extensively in Scotland, we've used it in Greenland, we've used it in Lapland in winter, and it's both an amazing lightweight summer tent, but it's also a super strong winter tent. So if you follow me in. Now the zip, you just need to look after that. So if you can sort of clean it and lube it regularly, then it keeps it happy. And inside, if you follow me in, you will see that it is so roomy. It's like super comfy two-man tent, and there's room in here to like get all your stuff out and really sort your stuff out. So this can be pitched with the paddle, which we've done when we've used it in Greenland when we've been pack crafting. You can buy a pole for it, or you can use your walking poles. And it's also got the ability to be pitched quite high or quite low, depending on the weather. So you can have it super vented, nice and breezy, or you can hunker it right down to the ground and make yourself nice and cozy in it. So the tent has loads of guy lines, which helps to make it super strong and stable in the wind. So if you get it pitched right, it doesn't flap at all. And again, we've had this one maybe in 60 miles an hour, so it's super strong. So it's got guys at each corner, and then it's got one in each middle panel like that. And one thing to know about it though is it doesn't come with line locks on the guy lines. So we bought these and added them in. These are the Hilleberg line locks, and they just make it really helpful to get the tension correct when you are pitching it. So that's just useful to know. So this is the Ultamid 4, and this is the party tent. Look how big it is, and nearly stand up in it. How cool is that? So you can get 2 mats on either side of the pole. And what I really love again about these is you can just open it right up. So if you've got good weather and you just want to sit and chill, you can be comfy on your mat and all open and just enjoying that amazing view of that sunset that's in front of you. So the inner attaches really nice and simply. It's just a wee little clip like that, and that just clips on at all 4 corners. And just something that I want to show you is how reinforced all the guy line attachment points are. So that's the same on every panel, and I think that's super strong. You're not going to worry about that ripping out in strong winds. So what I think all the Hyperlite tents have in common is they're incredibly strong. The Dyneema composite fabric also has absolutely no stretch, not even when it's wet, which means that once you've pitched it, it's going to stay pitched. It's not going to stretch and creep like still nylon tents do, which is absolutely awesome. So I think you've got a Dirigo, which I think is best for your sort of shorter, fast and light missions. It's a brilliant solo tent as well. And then you've got the 2 different size mids for those really luxurious longer ones where they're just such a delight to live in and just amazing tents to have. So hopefully that's answered some of the questions you guys have about them. If there are any more, let me know. And yeah, thanks for watching.